So in this video, I'm going to talk to you about my own thoughts about loan to value, about lending, about where you want to take things, how far you want to go. And this is your future we're talking about. So it's really well worth watching this video to the end, because what I say is a little bit controversial in the property education field, because I don't believe in never-ending leverage. I do believe in paying things down. And you want to hear me out, because if you act and take notice of this video, later on in your property career, you will be so much richer and so much safer. So let me talk you through it. But first, if this is your first time on my channel, a lovely welcome to you. First time watching my videos, I'm Susannah Cole, and I run the Good Property Company. I've got the YouTube channel, so like, subscribe, make sure you don't miss out on any other videos. I'm quite excited. I've got a whole series of videos that I've planned out quite carefully for you. But also I have the website, thegoodpropertycompany.co.uk. It's part of my business, The Good Property Company. We did over £45 million worth of property, over 200 deals. And we bought, sold, sourced, flipped. I kept an awful lot of them as well. And now I'm financially free. So I'm chatting to you from Barcelona. The beach is 9 minutes away. I have a friend. She might even ring the doorbell. She's literally flying in right now. And we're going to go out to a bodega and a beach tonight. So property works. Right, we want to be talking about loan to value. What is loan to value? It is the loan that you hold against the value of the property. So if I keep things super simple, if the property is worth £100,000 and you have a £75,000 loan, your loan divided by the value of the property as a percentage, 75,000. If the property is worth 200,000, and you have a loan of £120,000, the property loan, 120,000, divided by the value of the property, 200,000, 60% loan to value. Those are two common levels of loan to value. So it expresses the amount of lending you've got against the value of the property as a percentage. There you are, maths lesson over. Let's get into what kind of loan to value should we be looking at. Well, first off, you may or may not know that if you breach your loan to value, you breach your covenant, you breach your mortgage agreement, you breach your agreement, the bank can repossess. Yikes. So if you had, say, 85% loan to value, which was really very high, and property prices went down, so that you had the same mortgage, but the value of the property went down. So suddenly you're at 90% loan to value. The bank is well within their rights to say, pay this mortgage back or we're going to repossess. And they often don't give you very long for it. So there's your big risk about loan to value. And this can happen at any lending, depending on what you've agreed. So you may not know that, but that's a fact. And you want to make sure that you're safe around that fact. Second thing you may or may not be aware of is as the loan to value gets smaller, so the proportion of money you've borrowed against the asset value of the property gets smaller, rates get cheaper. Yay, I like that one. So 85% lending is much more expensive on an interest rate than 40% lending, or sometimes they jump to 60% lending or 65% lending, but they tend to have kind of jumps where they go, okay, we're going to charge this level of interest at this height, like 75%, this level at 85%, and this level at 60%, and then we're going to jump down again. So if you're close or close about, you might want to tuck under the next level and get even cheaper interest. That's a nice tip for you, thereby making even more money. So going back to that whole breaching covenant thing, which may have taken you aback a little bit, there is a saying. Now, I'm very grateful for banks because banks have allowed me to borrow money to build my property portfolio. I couldn't have done it without them. However, there is a saying, and I have had first-hand experience of this, that banks will give you an umbrella when when the sun is shining, and they'll take the umbrella away when it's raining. So and why should they back you when the economic circumstances get difficult and you've breached your covenant? And often they might only give you 30 days, and that is a no fun position to be in. So you want to be mindful of that, and mindful of your loan to value, and mindful of the value of your property. So really, the thing I want you to think about is you need to provide your own umbrella. A bank isn't going to turn around and go, I like you, so I'm just going to keep lending to you even though you've broken our terms of our contract. No, they're going to be like, 30 days, give us the property back. Oh, okay. So what does having your own umbrella mean? It means being below the loan to value in case of economic shocks like a recession. Yeah. It means not being, you know, that terrible joke, how do you outrun a bear? You don't, you outrun the person next door to you. It means not being at the highest level of lending when a bank turns around and says, made a strategic decision. We're not going to do that kind of level of lending anymore. We're calling in all those loans. What? And particularly the commercial banks have the ability to change terms and conditions. We don't like that, but it is the fact, yeah? Because they're not doing a 25-year mortgage, they're doing it in, you know, ability to change, yeah? So what does having your own umbrella mean? It means having a lower loan to value, for sure. It means, in my case, and hopefully in yours, paying houses off in full, for sure. If you're coming into property and this is new and you think, I could never pay a house off, oh, I've got loads of houses paid off. And I could have never thought that would have happened if I stayed in my day job. I'd still be chundering away in my own personal mortgage. This flat in Barcelona, bought with cash, never had a mortgage, never going to. Got loads of houses paid off. Why? Because they do two things. They reduce my overall loan to value of my property portfolio, but also they provide sinkholes or banks. If I was ever to get into difficulty, providing my own umbrella, I can get some lending on a property with no mortgage at all at a low loan to value and bail myself out of any sticky situation I foolishly have gotten myself into. So I am not a fan of pushing forever at a high loan to value. Yes, I did it in the early days. I was at 85% in my very beginning and I did not sleep. I don't advise it at all. But as fast as I could, I started taking extra profits and paying houses down and paying houses off. And I want you to think long term. Don't get seduced by the people telling you that leverage is always a good thing. It's a great thing until it starts raining and the umbrella's gone. And then you're left on your own. Yeah. So always provide your own umbrella, be mindful of loan to value and pay it down as you go so that at the end you just sat there going, this is juicy. Yeah. Interesting. Not everybody agrees with me. I would love to hear your comments in the comments below. So I've talked about providing your umbrella. What did I start with? I told you 85 and 75%. It was high. I didn't sleep at 85%. I got nervous because it was, if anything had gone wrong, I had nowhere to go. There was no shade. There was no umbrella, but I paid down fast. And then at stage 2, so I see stage 1 as acquisition when you're stretching the money. Stage 2 is pay down and stage 3 is buying with cash. And I'm going through that stage. I'm not an empire builder. I'm a lifestyle person. I'm going to the beach later on today. I'm chilling. I'm making a nice YouTube video for you guys. I got a dear friend coming over and I spent this morning with my son. Life is good. So stage 1 is acquisition, stage 2 is paying down, stage 3, like this flat here, is buying with cash. And that is a lovely place to be. So if you're not an empire builder, you want lifestyle, you want to quit the 9 to 5, you want financial freedom, you want to run your life the way you see fit and not be trapped by having so many assets that you're on another rat race, then I strongly suggest you consider paying down on stage 2, not stage 1. So you build the property portfolio and then you do extra cash generating things like flipping in order to pay down. And then you just buy yourself an apartment in Barcelona for cash and go to the beach. It's very nice. I can highly recommend it. You know the drill. Like and subscribe.